How's it going, everybody? Too Spooky here. And before we get started, we're going to talk about today's sponsor, Amino. Amino is a free app that focuses on the communities of basically every interest in the world, my personal favorite of which is the anime category. Amino recently rolled out an exciting new feature called Stories, which are basically short-form videos that center around a specific topic for almost anything. In correlation with this video, I recently posted a story over there going over 5 facts about Haku. Make sure to give it a watch and follow my profile for more. What you'll want to do is download the app, create a profile, and after that go over to the Discover tab, type in Too Spooky, and you'll know it's me by that verified checkmark. Slap that follow button and you'll be seeing some more stories from me going forward. I'm really excited about the idea of these stories, as it gives a new way for me to post content that I usually wouldn't be able to because of the length, and following me over there will be another way to help support your boy going forward. So thank you in advance. Without further ado, let's get to the video. While I was researching for a different Naruto related video, I came up with the idea to make this video here. Way back at the beginning of Naruto, we were introduced to one of the best enemies in the series, at least in my opinion, which is of course Zabuza. Now something I always wondered, especially as we got into Shippuden, is how such an experienced and powerful ninja like Kakashi wasn't able to defeat Zabuza, especially for this reason alone. While Kakashi was trapped in Zabuza's water prison jutsu, why in the world couldn't Kakashi just use Kamui on Zabuza? If he wouldn't be able to defeat Zabuza completely with Kamui at that moment, at the very least he could have taken off Zabuza's arm similar to what he did with Deidara later in the series. It just never made sense to me. But with that being said, I've recently come across the answer as to why Kakashi wasn't able to use Kamui. And the simple truth is, Kishimoto was just making things up as he went along at the beginning of the series. Therefore, the Mangekyou Sharingan, let alone Kamui itself, wasn't even an idea yet. I came across an interview with Kishimoto where he stated how a lot of things that were introduced around that time in the series were just bluffs, in the fact that he was introducing new subjects and abilities without even knowing what they were going to do yet. For instance, with the introduction of the Sharingan, he only knew he wanted it to have the ability to copy other jutsu. And although it would be capable of much more later on, that was all he had planned at the time. Therefore, that alone is enough to explain why Kakashi couldn't just suck Zabuza into his Kamui dimension. Other things Kishimoto had introduced, but not fully planned out yet, were topics like Kekkei Genkai in general, and even Itachi himself. With Itachi, Kishimoto only knew that Sasuke had an older brother who did something very bad. And that was literally the extent of Itachi at the time. It wasn't known to Kishimoto what bad thing he did, or even what his name was yet. So it's safe to say a lot of the inconsistencies that originated from the beginning of the series existed solely because Kishimoto hadn't started planning very far ahead before introducing such important elements to the story. With such terrible planning, I do think Kishimoto did a fairly good job creating backstories and abilities for everything he originally had no clue about. But even so, the fact is, certain things such as Kakashi not being able to use his Mangekyou Sharingan until Shippuden still don't make any sense with the storyline. I suppose the only logical explanation would be that Kakashi wasn't able to use the Mangekyou Sharingan until he somehow magically found out he had one in Shippuden, even though he's had it since he killed Rin before the events of Naruto Part 1, meaning he should have had access to it the entire time. I suppose it could also have something to do with the fact that he's not an Uchiha, so his use of the Sharingan in general is limited, even though he was said to have copied over 1,000 jutsu! So I'm pretty sure he should know how the Sharingan works by now. But you'd think in a dire situation with your students' lives on the line, Kakashi would do everything in his power to, you know, not get his students killed? But regardless, the simple truth as to why Kakashi couldn't use Kamui back then is because Kishimoto didn't come up with the concept until much later in the series. So that's about all I wanted to talk about today. Just a quick, short topic I came across that I felt was worth mentioning. So yeah, if you guys ever wonder why Kakashi was underutilized in Part 1, there you go. Make sure to drop a like if you enjoyed, and subscribe for more Naruto and anime-related content. Thanks again to Amino for sponsoring this video. Once again, be sure to follow me over on their platform and check out my stories. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you all soon with a new video.